Hey, what's up, everybody? Video 44 coming to another video. All right, so we're getting closer to some ground being gained in regards to Kyrie Irving uh, satisfying the Nets' demands in regards to the anti-Semitism situation. Sean Mark said last night's apology was good. Now we want him to sit down with some religious leaders and go through some more steps before having me return to the court. So that is where we are. Does anybody see anything wrong with that? I hope you do. I hope you do. Because these are not the steps taken if someone offends me. This is not the steps taken if someone offends you. These are the steps taken if someone offends you. And that ain't right. That ain't right. I'm not saying anybody should be fighting anybody or offending anybody, but it's not about that at all. It's about what happens after someone does so and how you're treated when that happens. Are we all treated the same way, or is there different punishments for those offenses based on who you offend? That is what the injustice actually is in the situation. We can sit Kyrie down and discuss whatever you want to discuss with him, help him find enlightenment or whatnot, but who's sitting them down and helping them find enlightenment in regards to this? Is anybody going to face the hypocrisy that is their agreement with Amazon and no one talking to Jeff Bezos about why he's been making money off of this very same thing? That is a hypocrisy that the people want to know about. And maybe the NBA can help shed some light on that since they're putting so much pressure on Kyrie Irving. And why can't we just point out exactly what is in the documentary that is in question here? Because you're making the flogging public, but you're not telling us what exactly was wrong. What did he do? What was in there that was inaccurate? What was in there that was the crux of what would make us otherwise agree with this punishment? We're trusting that he did something that you say is anti-Semitic, and you're embarrassing him so that we can see it, but we're not actually certain of what it is that was offensive. And see, I know it's supposed to be suppressed from us because we're not actually supposed to see that, because they're censoring that to a degree, but not actually, because Amazon's selling it right now. I can go buy it for $49 or rent it for $11. So what I'm trying to figure out is, when are we going to start to face the hypocrisy of this bull? When are we going to start holding those who are holding Kyrie accountable for not treating people all the same way, for putting much more of an emphasis on Jewish respect than they do on any other respect that we've seen? This is different. And it's not right. It's not right. It's wrong. Kyrie Irving is being treated unfairly. He's been being broken like a slave would be broken publicly, so that all the rest of us know not to ever do that again. This is wrong. You don't treat people this way, because you don't treat everyone this way for every offense at all. Who's going to hold them accountable for this? Who's going to hold Adam Silver accountable for allowing his personal offenses to bleed into how he's handling this person? I'm ashamed of all of them. I'm ashamed of myself because I want to watch basketball tonight and cover basketball on this channel, and my spirit doesn't feel right doing so, because this is an injustice against my own people. Supposedly in defense of someone else's people, even though I know this creates an environment that is actually more negative for them to have to live in, because now they're being pointed at in a direction with this energy that otherwise wouldn't be there if not for the promotion of this nonsense, this flogging, this public buck breaking that is this situation. The Brooklyn Nets should be boycotted for how they're handling Kyrie, both in this situation and the injection situation as a whole. They should be boycotted. If anybody has a conscience, they will realize this is bullying on high for all of us to see. We should be offended, and we should be afraid of just how far they can take this, of just how far they can take their personal offense for these particular people. An offense that we won't even get to be shown what actually it was. We don't even get to know what it was. We just know of what it is labeled as, and that is such a horrible offense. If you're okay with this, I'm not okay with you, period. That's where I'm at with that. If you're okay with this, I'm not okay with you. And if you benefit from this and you're okay with this, you need to wake up. Because this ain't good for anybody. Because this creates a space where people start looking at you and saying, why do you benefit from this and are okay with this? That makes the space that you're in not as safe, because now you got energy pointed at you from people who feel like they're being disenfranchised because of what you benefit from. I don't think people realize how much angst that environment creates. I think the people who strum up this nonsense understand it very well, though. And I think they understand that very well. But they know people who are watching don't. They know they got a lot of surface level thinkers who are going to just hear the word anti-Semitism and automatically think it's justified in how they're handling this, when we don't even know exactly what anti-Semitism actually means in 2022. We have no idea. And no one's holding them accountable for what it is it actually means, for what is being said that is true in any of these conversations. All they're telling us is that it's offensive. Some of the stuff is untrue. They said that some of it was untrue, which means that some of it may not have been untrue. What was untrue? What was offensive? Point it out since you're doing this publicly. Let us know what you saw that made you say you had to go through several apologies and several conversations before allowing this man to do what it is he was put on this earth to do. He didn't apologize 3 times, gave you $500,000, you took the money, spit in his face, threw it back at him, said you ain't gonna take it. What kind of bullshit is this? Trying to humble this man and break this man like this isn't public flogging, racism bullshit. Is it not? Is it not racism? Tell me what it's not. Sorry, it's anti-Semitism. Kyrie's the hateful one. But all I'm getting is hate toward not only him, but toward my people based on how they're treating him for me to see. I'm really afraid, ain't I? Can't you see me shaking in my boots? I know not to ever with y'all again. Yeah, right. All this makes me do want to stand up to you and try to figure out why we've allowed this to be the reality for so long. That's all this makes me want to do. Disagree with everybody who's mad at you. And what does that do? Create more anger, create more hate, strum up more pain, strum up more reasons for people to go through traumatic experiences and for ultimately hate each other for generations. This is drummed up by those who are in control of all of this, and I'm smart enough to see it. That's why I'm speaking the way I am. It's not the people. It's those behind the people who they have control of the minds of the people. They are running things evil. And they've been offended, so now they're enacting what they naturally do. The evil energy that comes out of them when they're offended. When they're told that their energy is not respected. When it isn't balanced to begin with. I'm a man of God. I speak of peace. I love and pray of peace. But these people and the way that they treat my people brings out the worst in me. Especially when they paint our intentions as something it's not. They manifest the evil that they say is there before it comes. We're peaceful before, but then they do this and then we turn into what it is they say we are. That's how they always get us. What I want you to see is that. See that. They are always trying to weaponize us by way of our pain and belittling us toward everyone else. And then they can sit back and say, look, see, they're heathens, they're demons, they're bad guys, they're this and that, while they're controlling the entire thing from behind the curtain, profiting off of everybody. Stop buying it, people. Stop buying it. This stops now. We are using our voice to stand up for Kyrie Irving. And it is not because we agree with everything that is in the documentary he posted. It's not because we've even seen the documentary. It's because we know the people who are getting on him about this probably have not seen the documentary. And if they did see the documentary, they're going to have to tell us what they saw that makes this appropriate. And I don't want to hear nothing from any of their puppets. Any of the people that they pay with a mic in their hand, they're all compromised. Obviously, by sheer business. Because clearly Kanye told us exactly what happens when they speak freely against whatever their interest is. Clearly they're showing us exactly how serious it is when you buck their interest, even if you're not aligned with them. So obviously if you're behind the curtain, you dare not. How far does that go? That's why I don't want to hear from none of them. Because they can't speak. They're just a division of those I'm talking about. They're just a microphone for those of whom I'm speaking about. We need to be united as a people against what it is that they're investing in, to get them to understand that we're not going to stand for the way that they've been behaving. And let God do the rest, because they've been behaving illegally, and it's going to catch up to them. This is just a taste of the energy that they've been engaging in, and we know it's not just surface level like we're seeing it. They have wrath and have reach, and we've seen things have gone wrong, so we know they have had their hands on things that we've seen gone wrong. Put 2 and 2 together. BDF 44. Thank you all for watching. I'm out.